here with a new part on the painting tutorial of this, and in that part I will show how I do the leather of the belts. So for that I will first apply a base of XV88 on all the belts, and I will use quite a detailed brush because the skin is done, so I don't want to mess up with the skin at that point. And to start I will use the same brown on all the belts, and I will paint it straightforward. So the only thing that I have to take care at that point is that I don't paint the skin that is done. And not a lot of mystery, so you see it's just painting the different belts. So as it's quite a straightforward step, I will stop here. So just painting the belts. I will stop here and I will switch on the camera once I finish this step. Now that the XV is applied on the belts, I will proceed to do a wash. Again, be careful not to with the skin that is painted. I will just apply a big wash on the belts, and this will give a very nice leather looking. And also will improve to see the separation between the different belts. So quite easy step. Also washes are the washes from Games Workshop are a great job to have. The shadings are very easy to apply, quite straightforward, and they give very nice results. The only thing is that you should understand how the washes or on what color the washes work the best, and what color you need to use on the base as a base color to get the best from the washes. So this is how it looks like after applying the wash, and now as usual you have to let it dry first. So I need to leave the miniature somewhere to let it dry, and I will be back once the wash is completely dry. This is how it's looking like once the wash is completely dry. And now the next step is I will start highlighting a little bit again. So I will take the original color XV88 from Citadel, and I will highlight the belts. I will start here from the leg. So this is, I will only do the side that is overlapping and is on top of the next belt. So for example here I will do just the bottom part. So you see, this is all what I want to do. and I will repeat the same on all the belts. So I will be back once this is finished. This is how it's looking like after doing the highlights, and the next step I will do is I will start painting all the metal parts. To do that, I will take Iron Breaker from Games Workshop, and I include in here the metal parts because we have all these things here. So what I will do with a very thin brush, I will go over okay, so we'll see something like that. Hope you can see that in camera. We'll do more. So you go by one, you have to be very patient. Sure you have a nice tip. So this is how it's looking like. So I will paint every buckle here, and I will also paint the chains. So for the chains I will apply the same metallic color, and I will apply the same on the lockers. Don't worry if I cover now the keyhole of the locker. We'll paint so completely the lockers, and later on, as usual, I will do a wash, and this time I will use a black wash. You can see washes are helping a lot on making the shading and making all the highlights, because it's marking you very well where you have to do the highlights later on. So, and in the case of the chains, I find that it's better to paint first completely the chain. Be sure that you paint all it completely, and then do a wash, and the wash will show you all the holes in the chains. So this is how well we look. Here there is another locker. So I will paint all the chains and lockers with, remember, I'm using Iron Breaker. Now all the metallic parts are done. See here, next step what I will do is I will apply a wash with Nun oil. So I will not take a big brush, just medium size, and you will see that when I apply this on the chain, it will very fast give the shading that you need on the, so it will give you the right shading. So I will just go all the chains and all the lockers, and I will apply Nun oil wash, as you can see here. I will also do the same on all these metallic parts. Where I will not do that is on the buckles because they are too small. But here, for example, I will also apply this wash, and especially here at the bottom, where we have this big piece of metal that is holding the legs together. I will apply with all this. You see, for example, this one, I want to show this. So once you apply this, the Eye of the Inquisition in the locker is completely visible. So this is what I mean. You don't have to go to be very precise when you apply the metal. The wash will help you later on to pop out all the detail on the part. What is important is that when you apply the metal, the layer is thin, and to avoid that the paint is blocking the detail. So and then once I will also do this part, these pieces here, so to paint them in metal, and then there are other details that I will do later on gold. You have to be careful not to put too much wash like I did here. So if that happens, not an issue, you will go with the dry brush and you take it out a little bit. So just apply until you are happy with the color. Don't forget the bottom of this. It will give very nice. So you see, this is how it's looking like, and now we need to wait until the wash is completely dry. Okay, this is how it's looking like after applying the wash, and the wash is completely dry. So now you will see, and now the metal is a little bit dull, so it's shining less. So what I will do now to increase the shininess of the metal, because I want it to look like silver, I will use from scale 75 speed metal, and I will just apply this to highlight. So I will take the tail brush and I will apply this at the edges, and to increase the detail of the keyhole on the lockers, I will apply this around the keyholes also. So this will increase the shininess, especially do the edges, as you can see here. Do the edges, and in the case of the chains, so this is too black. I will apply this on some of the slabs. That way it will be more visible. For example, this big piece of metal here at the, we'll apply here at the edge. And I will apply at the other side of the edge. And here on these lockers I will apply that side. Then on this flat surface I want it to so this needs a little bit of passion, but because we did the 2 layers before, if you're missing to highlight a point, it will not be an issue, because the overall will look okay. So just this is a final touch to increase more the shininess of the metal. And I'm using the case, so if you want more the metal, don't do this step. But I think in that case, I'm imagining that this is like a holy chains to hold the demon in this corpse. So we want it to be like silver, so to represent the purity of the metal used here. When I'm painting, I like to think a little bit the background of the miniature. This will help in this painting style or the painting finishing you want for the miniature. So as you see, it's a little bit of but it's not that long to do this. All these parts here, we have another locker, so we are going to do we have to think that metal normally have surfaces where you have big reflections, so you want to reproduce this. For example, here can do something like that. Here the wedge was too heavy, so I will apply more the metal here because it was too dark. So you get here the idea. I will keep applying this on all the metal parts, and I will connect back once all is finished. Now the metal have been highlighted, and the last I will do on these parts is I will paint the goggles or the visors. So to do that, I will start with very dark green. I'm using Dark Angel's green in that case. I'll apply this on the visor. We'll wait a little bit at this dry, and then I will apply small droplet of scar white. So small dot of scar white. This visor is very small, so sorry if I'm going out of focus. So this will be how it will look like, and with the same white I will do the teeth. So that's all for this part of the tutorial. I wanted to do the purity seals in a different tutorial because I want to dedicate a tutorial just to the purity seals, because it's a feature we have in a lot of miniatures, and I think it's worth it to have in a different video. In that way I can share just this part when it's needed. So that's all for this third part on the painting of the Daemonhost, and keep waiting, keep online, because I will put the purity seal tutorial soon. So thanks a lot for watching this video. Comment, like if you like it, and see you again later. Bye.